What's up everybody, welcome back to the Art of Crypto. In this video we are going to discuss Bitcoin and what I'm expecting Bitcoin to do for this week. Now in the last video what we were looking for is a daily higher low, which we got right there, and I mentioned that even though price was going down there was no reason to be bearish because on the daily chart the market structure is still heavily bullish. And then I recommended everyone look for a daily higher low, and that's going to be the confirmation you need that price is going to attack 24,000 again. Now my ultimate target during that video was 28,000, at least 27,000 or 28,000 give or take, because this is the CME futures gap. And to put into context what I mean by the CME futures gap, I'm just talking about this gap right here from 28,700 to about 27,400. Now this gap is left behind by an imbalance because price was dropping like really hard, and the market makers that move the markets tend to want to rebalance things because the markets need to be in equilibrium. And looking at that, we also have another CME futures gap right here at 23,600 to 23,900. So currently we have two gaps right above the price action, which indicates that potentially price should be going up to fill in these gaps and to fill in the imbalance instead of going down. However, 4-hourly structure indicates that it could be going lower. But we are going to start and focus on the daily chart first, because that is going to be the level that is much more important, that will tell you what price action is going to do and which level that price action is going to target this week. And I'm going to start off by illustrating just a few levels, the first of which is the CME futures gap, which you already know of. The second is this daily swing high right here at about $32,000. Now this level, as well as this daily swing low over here, you can see that I marked it out with what is known as a price draw level, which just simply means that price, if it has already shifted into a bearish market structure on the daily chart, which currently it hasn't, because in order to do that, you would need to first make a lower low and then a lower high before you can consider market structure to be bearish. So with this assumption in mind, that market structure is still bullish at the moment on the daily chart, it would be wise to assume that price is going to target the level between 28,000 to 29,000 as the first target. Now, is that going to happen immediately? Well, if we pull up the VPVR indicator, you can see that there is a very clear lack of volume between this gap right here. And this is what is known as a VPVR gap. And usually it just simply means that when price breaks through like key resistance, for example, back here, before we broke above to 24,000, this level right here was really key resistance for Bitcoin. And the moment that it broke through that, the price just really ran. And this time around, I'm still expecting it to run because honestly, if the price retraces here, there is only one reason why it might do so, because currently we have zero resistance in terms of the VPVR from here to here. So it's like you can get to 28,000 quicker than you might imagine. So the thing about the market makers is that the only concern that I might have is that every time we have went through a phase of market expansion, for example, over here you expanded to form a high, and then over here you expanded again to form another high. Every time we have went through a market expansion, the market makers have generally did a really hard pullback. For example, on this move from this low to that low over there, the market makers went all the way back to the 0.786, which caused a lot of panic. But I was one of the only ones back then saying that, hey, daily structure is already bullish. What you simply need to look for is the daily high low, and you're going to take off. And that's exactly what happened. So if you want more content like this, make sure you subscribe to this channel and follow me on Twitter at _the art of crypto. I've been really active on Twitter lately and I've been sharing just a lot of value. So if you just want to get value, Twitter is going to be the place to be. But otherwise, that was the first sort of market expansion phase. Then you have the second market expansion phase where we pulled back all the way to the 0.618. So given that this time we have had another market expansion and we have just confirmed that this was the high, then a pullback could reasonably see us go all the way back to $21,500 before you take off again. So basically you can go all the way as low as here and still take off and you would still be considered bullish. So do not be surprised if price action does go all the way here. Currently daily structure is still really bullish, and usually when market structure on the daily is bullish or bearish, we always look to a potential level where price is attracted to. And in that case, there is only really two levels that price could potentially be attracted to. and that is going to be 28 and 32,000. And until, in my opinion, and in my experience, until price really gets to that level, it will rarely, change course and reverse and, do some shenanigans. Unless, of course, we have some shenanigans going on in the news with, some potential black swan event or whatever, then that could happen. But currently, this is what you need to know from the daily chart. Now, in order to figure out if this is actually going to happen, we're going to need to hop on to a lower time frame, such as the 4-hourly, to determine if this is likely to happen. And immediately the 4-hourly time frame does not look good, because currently you have broke market structure to the downside, you have a lower high and you have a lower low, which indicates that 4-hourly market structure is going to be targeting a level lower than where it currently is at. And currently that level looks to be around this level right here at 22,600. So that's going to be the first level where you're going to expect to look for longs, right? No, I say look for long because you have a swing low here, which indicates that there's liquidity at this area. You also have the previous weekly mid range over here, which also indicates liquidity. So this is the obvious price draw level where the market makers could take it down to. And if you draw a fib from that swing low to that swing high, that you can see that this is right at the 0.5 fib. Now, can it go lower? Absolutely. It could go to the 0.618, 0.705, and even the 0.786. But currently, 4-hourly market structure does indicate further downside before the next expansion phase. So what I'm expecting for this week is probably, at least until 22,600 is taken out, then you're probably not going to see like another phase of expansion. Of course, if price just decides to go up right now and take out $24,200, which is the previous daily high, if price decides to just do that, then immediately start looking for longs. And I'm willing to bet that it's probably not going to go below this swing low, assuming that that is the swing low, because then you would have switched market structure on the 4-hourly chart. And what's likely going to happen is price is going to target a higher price draw level, and that is probably going to come around there. So as always with the markets, you always want to read and react. You don't really want to try to preempt things. Like I could predict a lot of things right now, but I'm not going to be very rash in taking action, at least on a higher time frame. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to be patient, wait for the market to show its hand, wait for it to give me that break of market structure or that shift in market structure, or wait until it comes back into a key level before I get into a trade. This is something I talked about on Twitter recently, right? One of the biggest obstacles for a developing trader is being too impatient while waiting for setups to form. Never chase, always let the trade come to you. And this is exactly what we're trying to do here. Right? We don't need to catch the exact top or the exact bottom in order to make money. We just need to be patient and wait for it to come to a key level where we can take advantage of it. Then we dive into it. I guarantee your success is going to be so much higher if you simply abide by that rule. And speaking about success, if you want to fast track your trading success, you're going to want to check out the private Discord group. This is where you're going to get all the latest market updates and be able to follow along with the trades of me as well as my team. And this is where we're making money every single day and learning a skill that is going to last with you for a lifetime. So that sounds like fun to you. Make sure you head over to the link in the description box below and sign up right now. Until then, may the gains be with you, my friend. Stay safe. Bye bye.